Dan's Corinthian World.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. First things first, I've got to say, my first video in the channel, views, subscriptions on that went way bigger than I thought it would. So anybody that's liked it, anybody that left comments, feedback, sent me personal feedback, subscribe to the channel, thank you very, very much. It makes me want to do, it's made me realise I can do this, because I very much doubt myself whether I could do a YouTube channel. So that's that little bit of housekeeping out the way. And yeah, we'll move on to today's, or this episode's content. So from the thumbnail you may have realised it's going to be about the Euro 96 range of figures. More specifically, rather than review the whole range, go through them all one by one, I've picked out 5 of the line for me that are probably my favourite 5 for various reasons, and then I've picked out 5 that I feel are the not so great in the line. So yeah, we will have a look at those, and we'll start off with 5 good, and then we'll go to the 5 bad. So first I've chose of the good. He's the only one of the 5 I've chose that actually made the squad for Euro 96. That might be a lie. I think one of them did go, but he didn't play. But yeah, iconic player from Euro 96. One of the best moments, and an absolute legend of English football. Psycho. Such a good sculpt. Got his likeness spot on for me. Him scoring that penalty against Spain is one of my... I was too young to know about his miss in Italia 90. And the redemption story for him and the passion he showed for his country, I'll never ever forget that. And this is epitomises the Euro 96 England range for me. So yeah, that's my first choice. Second choice, this is one I'm a little bit unsure about. I don't think I did make the squad. I'm pretty certain he didn't. And I never saw him play for England. I think he might have played a few B games, got a few caps. I can remember him having a sticker in the Euro 96 sticker book. Rob Lee. Great sculpt, great stance for him. Not the best facial likeness, I don't feel, but I just think it's a cracking figure. Which one of my other picks will follow suit. Doesn't really look too much like him, but just an iconic, nostalgic figure for that release. Third choice, love this player. In my previous video I spoke about my love of the sort of old style hardman player. Wasn't too much of a footballer, more of just a getting there, smashing about, see what he can do type players. David Batty. Hair probably a little bit too yellow in fairness, but they are early Corinthians, so we'll let them off. I just love it. I don't know why, because he never played for Liverpool, Blackburn, Leeds early days, Newcastle obviously. But yeah, I just love him. And he was never really even been looking in the Euro 96 squad. I think he'd had a handful of caps early doors. but around this period of selecting the team, he wasn't really involved. He was more, that France '98 period. But yeah, I love the sculpt. I've always liked that figure sculpt, even in the Blackburn kit. When they went to the later version of him, I think was it Leeds kits he was released in, and he got a re-sculpt, head sculpt. Wasn't really a big fan of that. This is David Batty, Corinthian style for me. But yeah, that one's in there. Again, one of the harder ones to get in the Euro 96 range. Was never ever going to be anywhere near the squad. I think his last appearance for England was a sub 18 months before the Euro 96 squad was sort of drafted out. John Salaka. Mine has a bit weird boggy eyes, but yeah. Never ever going to be anywhere near the squad. Decent player. Not so much at Coventry, but more at Crystal Palace. But figure-wise, he's one that I'm always drawn to. I love the more obscure players. In whatever release they're done in. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I love the more obscure releases. Yeah, John Salaka, Euro 96, England's kit was never ever going to happen. But he's in there as one of the better ones. And then this figure / sculpt I will try and get into any video I possibly can, because he's one of my all-time favourite figures, whether it be this kit or his club kit. Matt Legod Letitia. I just love him. He was such a good player, and this they just captured him so well. Long shirt sleeves, big nose. He didn't exactly look like a footballer. He actually looked like the pub landlord from down the road for me. And yeah, just a cracking figure. And out of the 5 I've picked, I think that, like I say, I haven't necessarily done them in order, but I think that is my favourite England Euro 96 release. Right, so that's a good 5. We shall move on to what I'm considering not the so good 5. So, starting off, the not so good 5 that I've picked out. Left back / centre back that never ever going to get done or get put into the squad. I think he had one proper cap and a couple of B caps. David Unsworth. Doesn't look anything like him for me. I can't ever remember him jet black slicked back hair. Sculpt wise, facially, doesn't look anything like him. Never going to be near the squad. Wasn't needed. I think there's other defenders you could have put in there at that time, given them a figure. i.e. probably Colin Cooper, even though he never actually got a cap, but Steve Bruce must have been nearer the squad than this guy was. So yeah, that's the first one of the bad lot, or the bad 5 should I say. Similarly, we didn't have a massive lot of right backs at the time. Obviously Neville was about, Gary, not Phil. Rob Jones was injured. It was touted as going to be one of the better England right backs at that sort of period. So somehow Steve Howe got in there. Was one of the first ones I got as a kid from memory, but he never had a hairstyle like this, not that I can remember. A lot of my memories for these as well go sort of tie into the Euro 96 sticker book. And the Euro 96 sticker book, he was a lot chubbier than this, had short spiky hair, maybe maybe the memory of that tied in with this doesn't correlate to me, so maybe that's why I've never really had a fondness for Howie as a Euro 96 figure. Liverpool, I was going to say legend then, but he's definitely not a legend. John Scales. Few caps I think for England. Never really in there. Never going to get a look in. But I never liked this figure. I don't think it's a terrible facial sculpt for him, but I can't ever remember him having brown hair. Definitely this period of his career. He had like blonde highlights and stuff. I've never been a massive fan of this. Same with Liverpool sculpt. He's got brown hair in the Liverpool sculpt, although I think the stance of that is better. Not on this one. So yeah, never been a big fan of this. One of the trickier ones to get. It was actually the last one of the Euro 96 range that I got alongside John Barnes. Yeah, seems a bit tricky to get hold of, but not a great figure. And now we move to another hard man of sorts. Although this, I don't recognise this player. It seems like he's come out of some sort of 90s boy band with his little gelled spiky bits at the front of his hair. Dennis Wise. That's not Dennis Wise. It's some sort of don't know. Looks a bit constipated to me. Terrible sculpt. In fact, it looks more like Ant from Ant and Dec than Dennis Wise, and that's where I'm going to leave that. Massive forehead, little weird gel bits. And moving on to the last one. This is the most criminal Euro 96 release there is for me. Well, there's a story behind it. Apparently he saw his figure and then decided out in his ways that he is, thought he'd have a bit of a laugh with it and screw Corinthians over. Gaza. Not a bad sculpt. It's exactly the same sculpt as the Rangers one. Jet black hair. Biggest disappointment in the line. And it's probably due to Gaza having a bit of a laugh. Yeah, that's me 5 good, 5 bad. And then I've got 2 honourable? Yeah, I think that's the right word. Honourable mentions. Again, a player that was never ever going to be anywhere near the squad. It was almost 2 years since he made his last appearance for England, and I think he only had 3. I might be wrong. Barry Venison, or Pat Sharp, whichever you want it to be. His career pretty much done at this point, isn't it? Yeah. Barry Venison, his long mullet. And then this one, honourable mention, isn't actually an England Euro 96 release. Southgate played every bit, or more or less every bit of Euro 96, never got a figure. Bonkers how he never got figures, but the likes of Wise and Upson, Rob Lee, even Letizia. At least he was sort of in contention. All the other guys, no idea. He'd been playing matches, so why he never got a figure, God knows. This is done by Andrew Flack, Corinthian Customs on Instagram. Top repair, repair. Yeah, that's the next little video of the channel. I've probably waffled on way too long, but thank you very much. I hope you enjoy Please keep supporting. Gives me the buzz to carry on doing them. Yeah, thank you. Leave feedback, comments, likes, subscribes, all that nonsense. Yeah, see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.